I'm Kat Timpf, in for Greg on this special edition of Gutfeld.
She's sharp, witty, and unapologetically honest. Kat Timpf has become one of the most recognizable faces on Fox News. But behind the sarcasm and humor lies a softer, more surprising side, especially when it comes to her marriage. From how she met her husband, to the unlikely way they fell in love. Today we reveal the surprising things you didn't know about Kat Timpf and her husband, Cameron Freria. Before Kat Timpf became one of the most recognizable and outspoken personalities on Fox News, she often joked that she'd never get married. Her sharp wit and often self-deprecating humor made her a fan favorite. But behind that bold confidence was a woman who had been through her fair share of heartbreak and skepticism about relationships. "I always said I wasn't the marrying type," she once admitted. "Mostly because I didn't think anyone could actually handle me." But life, as Kat would soon learn, has a funny way of proving us wrong. It all began in the most modern way imaginable, through a dating app. In the world of online profiles and awkward introductions, Kat matched with Cameron Freria, a man whose background couldn't have been more different from hers. While Kat spent her days in TV studios and political panels, Cameron came from a disciplined military lifestyle. He was a West Point graduate and former U.S. Army infantry officer, someone who had spent years leading men and women through high-pressure missions before transitioning into the world of finance. Kat didn't expect much from their first date. "Honestly, I almost canceled," she laughed in an interview. "I didn't think he'd be my type, but he turned out to be completely the opposite of what I expected." From the moment they met, Kat noticed something different about Cameron. He wasn't intimidated by her intelligence or sarcasm. In fact, he seemed to enjoy it. "He just laughed at everything," she said. Not in a fake way, but genuinely. It felt so natural. For Cameron, Kat's authenticity stood out. He'd met people in all walks of life, but rarely anyone so unapologetically herself. Despite her public persona, Kat was down to earth, curious, and surprisingly shy off camera. Their first date stretched into hours of conversation about life, family, and the strange intersection between media and reality. Their chemistry wasn't just instant. It was effortless. Within weeks, they were inseparable. Kat often spoke about how Cameron brought a sense of calm into her otherwise chaotic world. "I can be all over the place," she said, "but he's steady. He keeps me grounded." Of course, being in the public eye meant their relationship attracted attention quickly. Fans wanted to know more about the mysterious man who had managed to capture Kat Timpf's heart. But unlike many celebrity couples, Kat and Cameron chose to keep much of their relationship private. "We wanted to protect what we had," Kat explained. "It was something real, and I didn't want the internet to ruin that." Despite their differences, she, a libertarian media personality known for bold commentary, and he, a private and disciplined ex-soldier, their connection only grew stronger. Cameron's quiet strength perfectly balanced Kat's energy and humor. "We're total opposites," Kat admitted, "but somehow it works perfectly." By the time they made their relationship public, it was clear this wasn't just another Hollywood-style fling. Kat had found something real, a partner who understood her, supported her, and didn't care about her fame. "He doesn't watch me on TV," she said with a smile. "He just sees me as Kat." What began as a random app match soon turned into a love story built on trust, laughter, and mutual respect. Kat once joked that she never expected to fall for a guy who actually uses an ironing board, but that's exactly what made Cameron so refreshing. He was stable, humble, and genuinely kind. Their relationship was proof that sometimes the most unexpected connections can change your life forever. And for Kat Timpf, the woman who once swore she'd never get married, meeting Cameron Freria turned out to be the best plot twist of all. To understand Kat Timpf's deep admiration for her husband, you first have to understand who Cameron Freria really is, and a man whose life story could not be more different from the media whirlwind that surrounds Kat every day before he was known. As Kat Timpf's husband, Cameron was a young man shaped by discipline, duty, and honor. He attended one of the most challenging and respected institutions in America, the United States Military Academy at West Point. While most college students were focused on parties and social life, Cameron was mastering the art of leadership, endurance, and resilience. West Point demands excellence, and Cameron thrived in that environment. After graduation, he went on to serve as an infantry officer in the U.S. Army, where he was respected for his calm demeanor and steady command under pressure. Colleagues who served alongside him often described him as the guy who never lost his cool. Whether it was during rigorous training exercises or tense deployments, Cameron's leadership earned him respect from both superiors and subordinates. But life in uniform isn't easy. It takes a toll, physically, mentally, and emotionally. After several years of service, Cameron decided to transition into civilian life. That shift can be difficult for many veterans, but Cameron approached it with the same sense of focus that defined his military career. He enrolled in programs designed to help former servicemen adapt to new roles, eventually landing a position at Coatu Management, a prestigious New York-based investment firm. At Coatu, Cameron worked as a research associate, applying his analytical skills and strategic mindset to the world of finance. It was a completely different battlefield, but one that rewarded his discipline and commitment. While his career flourished, Cameron continued to keep a low profile. Unlike Kat, he wasn't drawn to the spotlight. He preferred structure over chaos, privacy over publicity, and calm over controversy. That difference, ironically, is exactly what drew Kat to him. In a world where almost everyone she met was trying to get noticed, Cameron was refreshingly uninterested in fame. "He doesn't care about any of it," Kat once said with a smile. "He doesn't watch every show I'm on. He doesn't Google me. And I love that. He just sees me for who I am, not what people say about me." Friends of the couple say that Cameron's quiet strength has brought balance to Kat's high-energy lifestyle. While she thrives in the fast-paced world of television, where every opinion can spark a firestorm, Cameron provides a sense of peace and perspective. "He's not just her husband," one close friend said. "He's her calm in the storm." Those who know him best describe Cameron as humble, disciplined, and fiercely loyal, traits that make him a natural partner for someone as outspoken and passionate as Kat. He may not be on camera, but his influence on her life is evident. She often jokes that he's the reason she hasn't completely lost her mind in the chaos of cable news. Despite his impressive background, Cameron doesn't flaunt his achievements. There are no attention-seeking interviews, no social media grandstanding, just a man who values his family, his privacy, and his sense of purpose. In fact, many of Kat's fans didn't even know who he was until their engagement made headlines. And while the media often paints Kat as the loud, funny one in the relationship, she's quick to point out that Cameron's humor matches hers. "He's funny, but in this deadpan, subtle way," she said. "He'll drop a line so quietly and it's absolutely hilarious. That's how I knew he was the one. Their differences don't divide them, they complement each other. She brings lightness to his structure, and he brings stability to her spontaneity." In a world where so many relationships in the spotlight crumble under pressure, Kat and Cameron's marriage stands out because it's built on something real: respect, humor, and shared values. From the halls of West Point to the bright lights of New York City, Cameron Freria's journey has been defined by integrity and quiet strength. And for Kat Timpf, that's exactly the kind of man she'd been waiting for all along. After years of dating, countless laughs, and a bond that only grew stronger with time, Kat. Timpf and Cameron Freria finally decided to make it official. Their wedding wasn't a Hollywood spectacle or a grand celebrity event. Instead, it was an intimate, elegant ceremony that perfectly reflected who they were as a couple. Private, genuine, and full of humor. The couple tied the knot on May 1st, 2021, in New York City, surrounded by close family members, friends, and a handful of Kat's Fox News colleagues. While some expected an over-the-top affair befitting a TV personality, Kat wanted something more personal. "I didn't want it to feel like a show," she said. "I wanted it to feel like us." The ceremony was held at a chic venue with a warm, romantic ambiance, soft lighting, simple floral arrangements, and classic touches that emphasized intimacy over extravagance. Guests described it as heartfelt, funny, and very Kat. Instead of the traditional solemn tone, laughter echoed throughout the evening, a reflection of the couple's playful dynamic. Kat wore a stunning white gown that was both elegant and understated. The dress, designed by a small boutique in New York, featured delicate lace details and a timeless silhouette. "I wanted something that felt comfortable," she said. "Something I could actually move in, and maybe dance badly in." Cameron, true to his composed personality, looked sharp in a tailored navy suit that highlighted his military posture and quiet confidence. Among the guests were familiar faces from Fox News, including Lisa Kennedy Montgomery, who has long been one of Kat's closest friends, and Tyrus, her co-host from Gutfeld. The pair reportedly shared emotional speeches, full of jokes, heartfelt words, and stories that showcased just how genuine Kat and Cameron's love truly is. But one of the most memorable moments of the evening came from Kat herself. During her vows, she delivered a line that had everyone laughing through their tears. "I love you so much, Cameron, even though you put the milk carton back in the fridge when it's empty." It was classic Kat, funny, real, and deeply sincere. After the ceremony, the reception was full of dancing, laughter, and music that reflected their eclectic personalities, from classic rock to 2000s hits. Guests say Kat didn't leave the dance floor all night, often pulling Cameron into impromptu spins that had everyone cheering. Social media got only a small glimpse of the celebration. Kat later shared a few photos on Instagram, including one that quickly went viral. In it, she and Cameron are smiling ear to ear, holding hands, with Kat captioning the post, "Married my best friend." "I'm so happy I almost forgot to be sarcastic. Fans adored it." The comment section overflowed with congratulations and admiration for how down-to-earth the moment felt. For someone so often in the public eye, Kat managed to keep one of the most important days of her life grounded, genuine, and deeply personal. Behind the laughter and charm, though, there was also deep emotion. For Kat, who had once publicly doubted that marriage was for her, the moment was profoundly symbolic. She had found someone who loved her, not for her fame, not for her opinions, but for her authentic self. And for Cameron, who had spent years leading a structured, purpose-driven life, the wedding represented the start of a new chapter, one built on love, laughter, and shared strength. As the night came to an end, the couple left hand in hand, smiling under a canopy of lights as guests cheered them on. There was no flashy send-off or staged farewell, just a quiet, joyful exit that captured the simplicity of who they are. Kat would later say, "That day was perfect because it wasn't about being perfect. It was about being us, real, goofy, emotional, and in love." It was a day that celebrated more than a union. It celebrated balance, understanding, and two people who, despite their differences, found a shared rhythm that made perfect sense. Since that unforgettable day in May 2021, Kat Timpf and Cameron Freria's marriage has grown into exactly what both had hoped for: a partnership rooted in love, laughter, and balance. In a world where public relationships often buckle under pressure, their union has quietly flourished, proving that opposites really can make the perfect match. Today, the couple lives in New York City, maintaining a life that blends Kat's high-energy media career with Cameron's calm, structured world. Kat is still a fixture on Fox News, appearing on Gutfeld, at The Greg Gutfeld Show, and other programs where her sharp wit and quick commentary shine. Meanwhile, Cameron continues to build his professional career in finance, staying far from the spotlight and social media. "He's the complete opposite of everything I do for a living," Kat has said. "And that's what makes him perfect for me." Their marriage is one of contrasts that complement each other beautifully. Kat, known for her sarcasm and love of humor, often pokes fun at their dynamic. She'll joke about how she's the messy, spontaneous one, while Cameron is organized and methodical, the kind of man who folds laundry with military precision. "He has his drawers labeled," Kat once laughed during an interview. "Meanwhile, I'm lucky if I can find matching socks." But beneath the humor is deep admiration. Kat frequently credits Cameron with grounding her, reminding her to slow down, to breathe, and to find perspective in moments of chaos. "When the world feels insane, and trust me, it often does, he's the calm voice that pulls me back to reality," she said. "He's the person I can always count on, no matter what." Their shared home reflects their personalities, a mix of order and whimsy. Kat's quirky art and love of color balance Cameron's clean, minimalist preferences. And at the center of it all are their beloved pets, including Cheens, Kat's famous cat who's practically a celebrity in her own right. Cheens definitely rules the house, Kat joked. Cameron and I are just her staff. While Kat often appears larger than life on screen, those closest to her say marriage has revealed a softer side. She's more reflective, more at peace, without losing her signature edge. I'm still me, she said, just maybe a little less cynical. Their relationship also thrives on humor, the same humor that first brought them together. Whether it's inside jokes, sarcastic exchanges, or playful debates, they make sure laughter is part of their daily routine. Even when we argue, Kat admitted, we end up laughing halfway through. It's impossible not to. Despite her fame, Kat and Cameron guard their privacy fiercely. They rarely share personal updates online, choosing instead to enjoy their moments without an audience. For Kat, who has seen how public scrutiny can twist even the most innocent details, this privacy is sacred. People think they know everything about me, she once said. But the truth is, the best parts of my life, like my marriage, are the ones I don't post about. Still, every so often, Kat gives fans a small peek behind the curtain. A funny story about Cameron, a photo of their cat, or a quick mention of their adventures together. Those glimpses always remind her followers that behind the sarcasm and the fame is a woman deeply in love with a man who brings out her best self. Marriage hasn't changed Kat in the way some expected. She's still outspoken, still fiercely independent, and still quick with a biting joke. But now, her confidence feels more anchored, strengthened by the quiet support of the man by her side. In interviews, she's often asked what makes their marriage work, and her answer never changes. We respect each other. We laugh every day, and we never try to change who the other person is. It's simple, but it's real. A reflection of how Kat and Cameron have built their relationship. 3 years into their marriage, the spark between them shows no signs of fading. Whether it's sharing a quiet morning coffee before work or winding down after a long day of television tapings, they've found comfort in the ordinary, something Kat calls the best kind of happiness. In the end, their love story isn't about fame, perfection, or public image. It's about two people who found in each other the peace and humor that make life worth living. And for Kat Timpf and Cameron Freria, that's more than enough.